Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, as the title suggests, today's video is going to be a nice, calm video, and the message that's on my heart today is we need to rest and be thankful. First, I want to say a big welcome to all of our new subscribers here at the Wellness Homesteader family. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you're watching the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know, the one over here, and then ring the bell to be notified of all the new uploads. I also want to say thank you to my returning subscribers and to all of you who so graciously smash that like button. Don't forget to do that. And also leave me comments. I love reading your comments. I do read and try to respond to each and every comment. So today's video is going to be, I hope, a restful video. And y'all, I'm sorry if you hear some truck noises. I'm filming in my long-term pantry. And yeah, my first mosquito bite of the year, so I'm going to try not to scratch. But you know, it's so easy to get caught up in today's news, in a lot of the video content that's being uploaded. While the content may be real and true, too much of that in our minds can put us out of a self-sufficiency, I'm plodding along mode into panic mode. So, you know, there's a lot of financial forecasting. There's a lot of talk about recession, about depression. You know, those are things, while we've been through recessions in our lifetime, we have not been through a true depression, most of us, in our lifetimes. So this can be a very frightening time. So I will share, I certainly have issues from time to time where I do get overwhelmed, y'all. It's not just you if you're feeling that way. So yesterday morning, I was in a blue streak hurry. I felt like I needed to get some more planting done. I need to get watering done. I needed to run to town. I need to do this. I need to do that. So I caught myself, literally, y'all. I was putting on my shirt while I was brushing my teeth and trying to make the bed. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is not healthy. And you know, we are under a lot of emotional, mental, whatever you want to call it, stress right now as we try to prep, as we learn about new concerns. It is spring. A lot of us are doing our spring planting and finding out what happened outside through the winter. And we're trying to add things maybe to our homestead, like I am, chickens, to, you know, increase our self-sufficiency. That is a lot on our plate. And when you find yourself brushing your teeth, making your bed, and applying a shirt all at the same time, maybe it's time to allow yourself periods of rest, periods away from that drama. You know, whether it's news, whether you read your news, whether it's, you know, certain channels on YouTube, you need to rest your body. You need to eat well. We need to be as strong as we physically can be. I have limitations, y'all. I have to do things sometimes the girl way because although I am extremely strong, I have some limitations with my back, with my thumb, you know, etc., etc. You know, take time. Take time to be thankful. And that's really what struck me. I am so busy and so focused on more. I have to do more. I have to be more. I have to know more, that I'm not thankful for the blessings around me and where I believe they came from, which is from the Lord. I've also neglected my self-learning because I have been extremely busy. And as you can see, I've gotten a little bit of sun, y'all, got a little bit of sunburn. Wear your SPF too. But please give yourself permission to take a break, to rest when you need to talk to someone if you're feeling super overwhelmed, which, you know, is what I did. Reached out to a couple friends and kind of, you know, talked it out. And, you know, once I really thought about it and started looking at what I have been able to do, and guys, this isn't about, woo, look at me and look at what I've done. I am here to share with you things that I find helpful that might work for you as well. I am not here to say, one of my pet peeves, y'all, I'm a little bit strong-willed. You have to. If you're not, fill in the blank, then fill in the blank. Those type videos, I will click off in like 3 seconds because that is someone who knows nothing about you telling you what your situation is and how you need to address it. Let me get a sip here. Pardon me. All right. So today, I want to share a few prep ideas. So I did the top 10 preps, but I kind of went through it. And then I was like, wait, but I forgot this and I forgot that. And I'm like, okay, really, there's probably like a top 100 preps, right? But one of the things I wanted to say to you is, y'all, don't forget about your pets and your animals. So Frankie, God bless this little heart, fat cat, will only eat orange Iams. So I had put it on Amazon Subscribe and Save, and I get the big 7-pound bag, and because he's like fat cat. And you know, back here, let's see if I can show you. Up here, you see the orange bags? Yeah. So I have a few ahead. But guess what, guys? Sometimes my Amazon Subscribe and Save is not coming. It's just out of stock. And they're like, well, sorry, you're SOL, you know. No food for you, Frankie. So do remember, like any kind of pet medication you need to keep on hand, like I'm talking flea and tick, which although Frankie goes outside on a leash, it's rare and he's never had fleas. That type stuff you do want to keep on hand. I also, in anticipation of my chickens, I'm going to do an update on that. Let me share something with you. So I want to feed my girls organic non-GMO feed. Oh my word, those little stuck-up hens are gonna cost me an arm and a leg, just saying. So Azure has a lot of great options, but I did find a bag of organic layer pellets reasonably priced on Amazon. So this is going to be like my fallback, and I think this is 10 pounds. Yeah, 10 pounds. So don't forget to have some extra supplies on hand for both your pets and your farm animals as well. Okay, number 2. Don't forget to get your supplies for if you have a business, like a side business, or you are going to barter items. So I had shared the problem with the olive oil. Well, guys, I was able to get 2 gallons. Now, it is the extra virgin, which is fine. It does not make a difference in the soap except for color. That is truly the only difference in using that oil. But I had to keep going on Walmart.com and keep going and keep going and keep going till all of a sudden, boom, it was in stock and I could put a couple in my cart. Limit 2, just saying. So don't forget to make sure you have the items you will need for barter, whatever you might want to barter or sell for a little extra cash on hand. Third thing, items you can't grow or prep. So there are a lot of things I can't grow, and there are some things that I can't prep. Now, honey, grab. I have a lot of honey on hand, guys. Like it goes all the way back to the wall. But I like granulated or powdered honey for certain recipes. Well, you cannot freeze dry or dehydrate honey. I mean, it's just like taffy, right? So, Augustin Farms right now, and I will leave a link. Let me make a note to leave a link. Augustin Farms right now has powdered honey, the big can, for only $13 and some odd cents. Great buy, it's on sale. So, you know, don't forget to be checking wherever you source your food from for items that you cannot grow or easily source, you know, locally, because those will be handy to have on your shelf. Number 4, storage items. I know that the jar and lid shortage has kind of leveled off, but y'all could come back. So just make sure that you have lots on hand, everything you're going to need for late summer, fall canning or winter canning, whatever you do. Maybe you're canning already. Mylar bags, I know they're pricey, y'all. Shop around. Make sure when you're buying Mylar bags, you look at thickness, because if you buy those really, really thin ones, they are awful and they often won't stay sealed. Oxygen absorbers, another thing, if you use those. So, it's great for us to prep all of our food that we possibly can by growing it. But then when it comes to storage time, we are definitely going to want to have those proper utensils. So that is an important pantry item. Number 5, rainy day items. Do any of you get really restless when you have like a 3-day monsoon and you're like, I don't need to water the garden, but there's so much I need to do outdoors, but the weather just, doesn't cooperate beyond your basic chores you have to do for your animals or whatsoever. I have purchased a couple organizing items because this pantry totally ran me out of bins. So Walmart, write another note here, has, it's called, hang on, I'll show you. It's called the Home Edit. And guys, these, you can buy them online, you can buy them in some Walmarts. Now, I had to order mine half and half. But they're organizing bins, and they are really nice, heavy-duty plastic, and so affordable, like even more affordable than the bins that you can buy on Amazon. I will drop a link probably to this one, because this was a really good buy, the 8-piece multi-purpose edit. So I have some organizing I need to do in like every area of the house. So that might be something to think about if you want to do some indoor organizing, or if you have certain hobbies, do you have your supplies to do that? I think it's important to have some rainy day items stashed away. I've lost count of numbers, so we're just going to go on. Repair supplies. Things like, okay, think about your canner. Do you need a new gasket? The rubber ring that inserts in. Does your fence need repair? Does your garden fence need repair? Are there things that you need to do home repair-wise that you'd like to have on your shelf? And the reason I'm mentioning this is with everything going on with Russia, Ukraine, China, with the trade issue, many of the things that the U.S. doesn't produce that we commonly need every day when we're doing repairs may become scarce, unaffordable, or just straight up unavailable. So don't forget, if there's something, furnace filters, things like that. Kind of take a look and see, okay, how am I stocked for these items, and put them in your long-term pantry or your long-term storage. Next is garden supplies. And I'm not talking about seeds or seedlings here. I'm talking about like the tools that you need, like a trowel or a hoe or a garden rake, those type things. Are they in good shape? Do you need a backup? Are there 2 of you working on your garden or homestead, and do you need to have 2 of certain things? I've spoken before about fertilizer. Y'all compost if you can. There are even in-home non-odor composters. They are expensive, I will tell you that. Supplies for natural weed killing. So there is a recipe that's Dawn dish liquid, Epsom salts, and I forget what else. That will naturally kill weeds. If you use commercial weed killer, make sure you have that if that's something you use as well. Stakes to stake up plants. Well, let me speak about tomato cages. So normally I purchase my tomato cages at a local garden center that is family owned and operated. It's been here for 45 years. Guess what, guys? They couldn't get tomato cages this year, and they're about 1/3 of the price of any place else. So I went to Rural King. No, we didn't get any tomato cages. I went to Walmart. Oh, sorry, we haven't had tomato cages for 2 years. So I had to resort to Amazon. They're okay. They're not stellar, they're tiny, but things like that you need, go ahead and get them now before it becomes more scarce. And I'm not telling you all what to do. Um, I do want to share an item that I bought. So I have a horrible problem with moles, and they're probably after the grubs that, are naturally in my grass. I must be like a grub farm. So I have in the past had my lawn service, I've done it myself, I've had the lawn service do it, put down Grub-X, which kills grubs. So what happens is the moles move to the neighbor's house next door. So they put down Grub-X and they move to the neighbors behind. They put down Grub-X and they come back to my yard. I mean, we just have like this whole mole kingdom around here. So this box looks like a can of busted biscuits. I can't talk here. I'm gonna try a mole chaser windmill, and I'll leave a link to this. This came from Lehman's. Ends mole tunnels up to 75 feet in each direction, and I know exactly where they love to tunnel. It works by creating tiny vibrations that moles can't stand. That's a good thing. Attractive and fun lawn ornament. No chemicals, no batteries, all natural pest control. 18-inch blade, stands up to 4 feet tall. What do you mean pole not included? Well, that's going to be a problem. Okay, well, I'll have to check out my busted can of biscuits. Well, crap. Does not look like there's pole included. Well, this may go back. So never mind about that. That was a good idea in theory, but yeah. Anyway, so things like that. Make sure you have it on hand. I also failed to mention in my top 10 water. And I've shared before, I purchased the 3 7-gallon containers, which are over here on my bottom shelf. What I wanted to share with you, because I didn't have it at the time, is what a lot of people will call a life straw. It is a personal water filter. So you can, it's got like a little hooky thing. You can actually open the end, stick it in water, and suck through the straw. This little gadget will filter up to 5,000 liters of water. Now, you do have to clean it out with clean water, like back flush it, but I have 4 of them, plus my water supply. So this might be something you want to think about. I will definitely leave a link. I purchased these on Amazon. It does come with directions. I'm going to share with my son because he likes to hunt, etc. So, something nice to have when you're out and you're not sure if the water supply is safe to drink from. All right, so a couple other things I wanted to share with you just very quickly is part of resting and being thankful for me is to think about where my blessings come from, and I believe they come from the Lord. So I'm going to share this book for those of you who are thus inclined. This is the Life Principles Daily Bible. It comes from Dr. Charles Stanley, so you've probably seen him on television. I don't think he's old now, so I don't think he preaches anymore. But what's really neat is it does have a devotion, if you will, for every day of the year. And what I really find with this is on a day I need to hear something, it's there. So whatever your source of comfort, your faith beliefs, having a book like this and taking the time each morning before the craziness starts and I'm brushing my teeth, making the bed, and applying my shirt all at the same time can be a good thing. I am loving the Foxfire series. It is so good. So I wanted to share something with you that I'm learning about. And that is something I'm sure you may have heard about from your parents or your grandparents or your great-grandparents, and that is planting by the signs. So I always thought that meant by planting by the signs, the color of the sky, the position of the sun. I had no idea that it's actually by the zodiac signs. Okay, now I'm not going to get all creepy and weird on you, but there are a lot of old-time beliefs that prime time to plant and do different things are associated with certain cycles of the planets. Let's say it that way instead of saying zodiac. So right now we're in Taurus, which is April 20th through May 20th, and let me read to you what it says. As Earth sign number 1 for all root crops, peanuts, potatoes, etc. Transplanting all plants, second best for all crops bearing above ground and all flowers. Favors buying, attend sales, deal with creditors, very good for fishing, making pickles, and canning. Now, what I do want to say is that area as well of Appalachia, where this was in North Carolina, well south, so their planting signs may be different than Ohio's planting signs. But I am very happy that I planted my garden right in the right sign. So, don't forget to take time to rest, learn, and recharge your batteries. Another thing I've been working on, guys, is all things chicken. So I promised you an update on the chickens. Y'all pray for my chicken coop. So my chicken coop should have been delivered Monday. This is Thursday. So I've been following it from the carrier, which is a courier service. It's not like FedEx or one of those, right? So it was in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is, I'll say a couple hours south of me, hour and a half south of me, for 6 days. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You having like an extended Mother's Day celebration? What's going on down there? Chop, chop. So then the courier finally picks it up from Cincinnati to take it to Dayton, which is, depending on where the hub is, 45 minutes probably away from Cincinnati, probably 45 minutes away from me, right? Oh, now it says short with a big red triangle and an exclamation point, because although the courier picked it up in Cincinnati 3 days ago, yeah, they haven't arrived. And I'm like, really? Really? Did you like have a big weekend, go to Vegas and start gambling, and you're not back yet? Like, where is my chicken coop? It's super frustrating, guys, but it's giving me time to learn, and his timing is perfect, so I'll just wait on it. So in the meantime, I've been able to get all my planting done. I've done quite a bit of weeding, and I have a lot of perennials and flowers that I work on. So it's given me some time to do a little of this, a little of that, a little fence repair, whatever needed to be done. So I thought I would take you on just a very quick, guys, tour of my garden. And again, if you container garden, if you can't garden at all, this is by no means meant to discourage you. I just want to share with you what I am doing and how I am preparing. So stay tuned. So I thought I would start here in my veggie pod, which just is a raised and covered 4x4 bed. So I did have to replace my sage. I put my overflow pepper plants here. My chives are flowering, so I'm allowing them to do so for seed purposes. My lettuce is going gangbusters. And then this is chamomile getting ready to bloom. And this is borage, which I'm probably going to transplant. One really neat thing I did find yesterday is not only this gorgeous pot, but this raspberry bush, which is suitable and recommended for pot gardening. It is thorn-free, and it is called a strawberry shortcake raspberry. So I am very excited. I did plant some rhubarb, but this is going to be my first official fruit on my little homestead. Over here in a pot, I've planted some lavender. The chickens like lavender, mint, and lemon balm in their laying boxes. So, you know, spoiled, pampered hens are going to have some lavender as well. I'm not a huge fan of bell peppers, but I did purchase a bell pepper start. So I can eat this fresh. I have a lot freeze-dried, so I am good on that. Over here, I found these little plants. Gosh, they're bearing fruit already, called Fire Away Hot and Heavy Hot Peppers. So these will give me some peppers now so that I can preserve a lot of what I've grown. And I have a space here for something that I've ordered from Azure. My flower pots are planted, always fun to have. I have got, these guys are actually daffodils, and I rubber band them down, allowed the energy from the greens to go back in the bulb. That is my best suggestion for getting bulbs to multiply. I have some orange daylilies, and I forget what this is called, but this is a perennial, little purple flower. And I have the same thing going on the other end. And now out to the garden. Wow, it is really, really wet out here this morning. So all of these beds are planted and ready to go. But what I added, compost bin here, guys. The birds like to sit on it and poo. Sorry about that. Looky. I got a bean up. Wow, that was quick. Contender beans. I have some, not in great shape, but they work. Some trellises for some pole beans. I have some peas. I have some cucumber. And then I have yellow and green squash or zucchini in this bed. I apologize, guys mowed the grass yesterday. I have my potatoes that we planted in an earlier video, and this entire bed will be corn. It's too early for germination, but I am so pleased that I have all of my garden in the ground. I hope today's video has brought you some peace and comfort during these turbulent times, maybe giving you some ideas of some easy preps that you can add to what you're already doing. Encouraged you to maybe try some container gardening. I am definitely going to do that this year since my garden's already full, and I feel like I want a little bit more. There may be more to come. So if you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And I hope to see you very soon with some updates on my chickens. I will be taking you through the journey. I do want to remind everyone I am getting laying hens, so young hens that are already laying, not chicks, and that was my personal choice. So might be a little different experience if you're wanting to get just chicks and raise them from chicks. I'm sure there'll be more chicks to come, just saying. But anyway, I will see you all very soon, and until then, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.